champagne, purple cups and 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 champagne, champagne.
Final line. Nigga, because in order to get myself straight, I'm leaning to the right. Nigga, I'm leaning to the right, and not even a little bit. I literally have my arm, elbow, like leaning like this on my right side to get straight. If I'm straight, I'm like this. Like, what the fuck is going on? Teddy looks like the fucking Beetlejuice guy.
Ladies and ugly men, welcome to Purple Cups of Champagne. I'm your host, Sansa Contreras.
Dirty John Chetty, a.k.a. the Brown Pat Riley, a.k.a. Beetle.
I apologize for that, Chetty. I apologize. It's Josh, F.A. the Product, SoundCloud. I have a lot of shit on Twitter from back in the day. I have some shit from Facebook and Instagram from back in the day. So I got some shit on there, but I haven't wrote in a while. That's
Young
me.
Archive.
Young Archives. Yo, speaking of archives, good news about K-Slay, I guess. Bad and good news right away. Like when he was in the hospital recently. Because, I mentioned it because, I obviously had like my very famous Twitter beef. K-Slay.
Yeah.
But real talk, come on, man. Like he was in the hospital. He was on a ventilator or some shit like that. He's better now. Yeah. So good shit for him.
On a better note, I kicked COVID's ass in less than 48 hours. But who's
for sure.
That's why we are in
the virtual world again. You sound like Trump.
I drank some Clorox.
I don't know if you said it like that, dog.
Some shit close to it.
It might work, right? It might work.
Well, we don't know what's right.
What's the worst that can happen?
Nah, guys. Yes, it's very serious for certain people. But for those that is not very serious, tea, man, just the right teas, the right supplements. Take care of yourself. Shit is ugly out there right now, spreading all over the place. I credit this Dominican herbal tea. Teddy was crediting Sancocho for saving him.
And he's not wrong.
I'm telling you, it's all these like natural remedies. They do certain things for certain people. Not for all of you. Some of you really like, get your booster shot, get like 2 more vaccines. They might come out with one in April. Please do it. Do what you got to do. Make sure these numbers go up. Other than that, K-Slay, thankfully he's all right. Westside Gun is all right. Who else? There was somebody else with the COVID issue in the famous world. Oh, man. R.I.P. to Betty White.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yo, 7 days from her 100th birthday.
That's overdue.
Her death?
No, the R.I.P.
Oh, yeah. We haven't been on whole New Year. Sorry.
It happened like New Year.
I'm just saying, man.
And Bob Saget too, man. Danny Tanner.
No, that's a big one for me, man.
Josh, what did you do right now, bro?
What?
You are like on volume 28,641.
Oh, I'm very loud right now. I apologize, man. I took my headphones off for a second.
Sorry. Oh, okay. It's like the volume went like.
I apologize, man.
That's great.
I'll try.
No, I'm saying this. It came out good. Like before, you were kind of low. Now you're kind of high. High beats low, unless you're Trey Songz. Anyway, let's start off on a lighter light. Who else was that guy? Trey Songz. The guy that actually put Trey Songz on. That Trey Songz put on, and he outshined him now. Drake. Successful, man. Successful.
No. Yeah, but it wasn't even only that. I think he said some shit about that too. Another song.
Who, Drake?
About some girl that said that he would never be as big as Trey Songz.
They wrong. Trey Songz. Now I bet say gone. Nothing was the same. His best album.
I mean, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at your fake ass rhyme that you made up right there or whatever.
Yeah, no, he said he's never been as big as Trey Songz, and then they wrong.
No, boy, were they wrong. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Do you think I fucking remember that great lyrics, man? Unless he's singing, I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah, I know it because I'm a hater. I got to do research on my guy.
Why did Trey Songz fall off, though?
He didn't.
That's a good question. No, I think he did.
Blackball pause by
Let me jump in here. Let me jump in here real quick, just because I feel like my opinion here should go first, and you guys can finish off or whatever. Pause. But
yes, Maggie.
I feel, yeah, it is. I feel like he didn't keep striking when the iron was hot. Like he was on fire for a minute, and then he just kind of like just took a break. And I feel like that happens to artists sometimes, like human nature shit, because I feel like they just live life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true, but that's how it feels. Like they just go back to living life, and then they come back to music like whenever they're ready or whatever, and it's like they're not as hot as anymore. You know what I mean? Their songs.
Their time is gone. Like their time for
yeah.
Another issue with him though too is he was always chasing a sound, right? Like from the gate, you knew he was trying to sound like R. Kelly, right? There was never something where you were like you say Chris Brown, even though you know he was chasing, let's say Michael Jackson sound, he was always had his own differentiator. He was a dancer. He wasn't just a singer for you. Trey was kind of stuck in that, like Jeremiah. They're stuck in this little thing where they could do one thing. They don't have other talents that would push them to the next level, like these other singers that can dance, that can actually write their own shit. Like this is different ball games, and they became their specialty became being other people's features. That's what Trey Songz and Jeremiah did. You weren't like big on like their singles. You were big on them being like, oh, he's on the new 50 track. Oh, he got that song with Fab. Oh, like, all right, who's your new feature? And then after a while, people just get tired of featuring you because they want to get the new niggas on the song.
I mean,
biggest song was "Say I," right? Probably
great song.
Yeah, it's a great song. No, it's a great song. I'm trying to think of like the big Trey song, but like, yeah, he's on mad features.
By the way, DJs, you can play that song anytime.
Yes.
Say that song fucking pops off in any party anytime.
Yep.
You know what? The one he had something about a phone. I forgot what it was.
The ladies in the drinks. That song rings off too. Fucking.
You sure when they give me whatever that shit was?
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You remember that song?
But it sounds familiar. It sounds familiar. Ladies in the drink sounds more familiar than what you just did.
Get your ace on, and then I want that baby on, and then want that.
Yeah. That sounds familiar too. I can't put a beat to it though. It sounds very familiar.
Bottoms up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. A couple of joints, yeah, but he had a moment though. So I see what you're saying.
His song was the shit to me. I don't want to go,
dog.
But I
don't know if you remember. I think I heard that song like in your crib. Pause. But like when we used to hang out like back in the day, I think it was like on fucking. I think BET like at night or some shit like that. We could play like this
at first.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I was the number one Trace. Actually, that wasn't his first song.
Oh shit! I didn't know that either. I thought that was. His
first song was like some song about him wanting to be on.
Success. That's called Drake.
What's that? Yeah, just gotta make it. Just to see that smile up on your face. I know I just gotta make it. Remember that? Just gotta make it.
Yeah. You know,
that was good for Teddy.
I thought he sounded like Jaheim. And then it wasn't until I don't want to dance.
That's true.
He sounded like R. Kelly.
Yeah, that's true. That's all true. And yeah, exactly. He came out with Jaheim. Well, it seemed like around the same time, Jaheim, and also who's that nigga that rode the bus? I hate when who's the dude that rode the bus?
Mario
in the song. No, he rode the bus in his song. He was like a real like, and he be popping up here and there, or whatever, but like a real like street dude that sang R&B.
Oh, Life Jennings.
Life Jennings. Thank you, Chetty. Chetty 2 for 2 right now, man.
That's great, though.
Life Jennings. That was around that time. It felt like Life Jennings came out. Trey Songz.
A rape right now. You know that by a basketball player. By what?
Yeah, Trey Songz, right? Trey Songz, yeah.
It's getting out of hand. Like there's a point where I'm like, man, these people in the allegations. Once it becomes too normal, then you gotta kind of like as much as I never want to believe Joe Budden is a woman beater, there were too many allegations to not think he slapped some bitch. You know what I mean? Like, it's just it gets to a point where it's becoming too common. Right? What's up with you, bro? How aggressive are you?
This is not Trey's first. This is not Trey's first accusation.
Allegation.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. For a second, I was like, "Damn, here's where me and Hanson are gonna have to go through one of these disagreements in a way." Because I thought you were saying like, "Yo, these accusations getting," and I'm like, "Yo, I get it." You know, a lot of people.
This is wild.
Word. I thought Hanson was gonna be like, "Yo, they gotta chill."
I was like, "Damn."
There's a coalition behind the scenes.
No, because that is kind of true sometimes. Definitely, no question. You know, but But I felt like, at the same time, based on what we know, it's like, man, I'm not gonna sit here and fucking shoot down somebody's story like that, especially somebody who, to be honest with you, she has credibility already. I know that being WNBA is not like the biggest thing in the world, but like
the worst thing in the world.
Guy has a
it is or it's not. You're saying?
No, it's the worst thing in the world being WNBA.
Nah, man, it's not, man. There's a lot of things that could be worse than that. Would you rather your daughter be a WNBA player or a porn star?
Yeah. What's the difference?
You see, you only yo.
They're both trashy.
Fuck out of here.
They're both trashy.
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Would you rather your daughter be Rosa Acosta or Brittany Griner? That's a good question. We should have that on a brunch banter.
Who's Brittany Griner?
The tough ass 7-footer girl.
Oh, the tall chick with the OnlyFans?
No.
Oh.
I have an OnlyFans.
No.
If she did, it would be very niche.
Is she a WNBA player?
She's Joanna, man.
Oh, that's why I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't pay attention to fucking WNBA.
So shout out to her. I think that she's very popular because since she was so tall, she was dunking and shit like regular basis. So
If she looks like Joanna, man, that's why she's popular. Because all the dykes like her.
yeah, but shout out to her. She's a great basketball player. I'm
Disgusting.
not gonna go out here and slander.
Not at all. I'm not slandering nobody. I don't know her past. Yeah, his track record is just too much at this point. So you can deny it all you want. It's just there's too many allegations, dog. Like you're doing something wrong. If you're not raping them, you're still doing something wrong. There has to be some kind of aggression you're putting or pressure you're putting on people. Like something's off.
I'm with you.
Like it's just so hard to like believe. It's not hard to believe her. What I'm saying is like, for me, it's hard for me to grasp that somebody who has that much fame, much clout, talent, you know what I mean, and wealth has to resort to shit like that in order to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like we believe that R. Kelly had to sleep with a bunch of 14-year-olds because it's like
that is wild. Well, not even.
So it's the fetish for songs?
I guess the power shit. Remember, that's kind of
exactly.
I was like, I'm fucking Trey Songz. Like, you better fucking suck the dick right now. You know what I mean? Like certain shit. And then it's like, I know you're playing, and you grabbing her head and pushing it down. Like, stop playing. And then she's like, oh, I guess I will suck it. I feel weird. And then you end up in a fucking Aziz.
You're like, yo, it worked.
Yeah. Yo, just whip it out.
I mean, I don't know.
Don't take Hansel's advice, please. Man.
Yeah,
I said just whip it. I didn't say just whip it on her.
I told you guys I got that advice once.
I still get everybody, man.
I remember, I'm not gonna say who, but I had a family member tell me like, just whip it out. Put it in their face. What's the worst they're gonna do? No, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. But they were like, yo, what's the worst they're gonna do? Push it away?
Yeah.
Like, damn. You think about that advice nowadays. Actually, when I was a kid, I used to think like, it's not that crazy. And now
obviously not because I have a daughter, because I think of it more so when you start thinking, even as the three of us here, we're the younger brother and the older brother, right? And we think about our sisters in those kind of situations. And picture being that basketball player girl's dad, right? Like you're powerless at this point. It's out in the public. Everybody knows that something happened to your daughter, whether she was raped or not. Something happened that you can't handle.
Right.
That shit would drive me insane, nigga. Yeah. To know that somebody put their hands on one of my sisters, and I just got to be there like, somebody's dying. I'm going to jail.
I feel you, nigga. But when it's somebody like Trey Songz that you probably can't even touch,
that's the problem. That's what.
I feel you. I'm adding to I'm adding to what you're saying because I feel that that's part of your dilemma. That you probably can't even touch the person.
I want to kill.
Yeah, dog. I try to figure it out, dog.
Yeah, one way or another. We gonna see each other, nigga. Especially,
we might have to edit this out, man.
But anyway, to prevent that, always remember, put hot sauce in your condoms and you won't have daughters.
I don't know if hot sauce in your condom is going to prevent the action from actually happening, but it might send a message afterwards.
But afterward, right? Not pre-condom.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a solution.
Yeah, if you do it before, you're just Mexican.
Who keeps hot sauce in their bag?
He just said it, yeah. He just said it.
Yo, it's wild.
That's a michelada.
Yeah.
Michelada. I say michelada, like a white guy.
Un toto michelado.
Handsome, you want to tell our viewers what Drake did?
So, ladies and ugly men, not sure if you're privy to this news, but apparently Drake was given some advice by Prince. Was it Jay Prince? Jay Prince.
Is that confirmed?
I just said it was somebody
confirmed right now. Drake apparently.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, Drake is being sued by some lady that claims she, for some reason or another, decided to dig into Drake's used condom, which should give you a kind of idea of who this kind of person is, and tried to stuff used semen in her vagina and burnt her uterus. So now she thinks Drake is responsible for that.
So for anybody saying, why would Drake have to put hot sauce in his condom for?
That's why.
That's exactly why. That's exactly why.
That's not, nobody's asked that question yet, like that I know of. Like, why is she trying to dig into a fucking used condom?
Yeah, nah, that's exactly the thing. Is that then people be like, all you'll hear is Drake got this girl pregnant a couple months ago, whatever, like.
Should that be illegal though, for like someone to do that?
To use your condom?
For her to do that though.
That's a good question. That's a good question. I mean, you know what? There's a lot of gray area.
Frank's hot sauce in there or whatever he did. What do you think he used? You think he used Red Devil?
Nah, he definitely used some organic shit. It's fucking Drake, bro.
Nah, he probably used the Taco Bell fire packet. The fire packet, nigga. Come on.
That fire packet is OD. She had the runs too.
The verde sauce.
She had the hot cooch and the runs.
I think it was a great.
Wait. The funniest shit is that Drake ran it. She started screaming, and Drake ran into the bathroom. They said,
"Gotcha."
Are you okay?
Imagine that.
What's going on, honey? What happened?
Yo, dog. Do you see when I first saw the post though, the person who wrote the story wrote like so much details about the actual interaction.
I thought it was a joke.
Yeah, that shit was like too over the top.
It was like so detailed. I was like, is this a fucking joke?
Yeah. I don't want to say the details, but you guys could go look it up if you want. But it was pretty detailed. I didn't understand it.
Isn't hot sauce red? Like there's so much to unpack.
Yeah, like what? What do you think? He got bloody semen?
Yeah.
Yo, word.
Was he using a red condom? Like, I don't know.
Probably that's a great question. That's extra DNA. I'm for sure getting pregnant off this one.
Yo.
You have demon time condoms
too. Let's put ourselves in the woman's shoe for a second.
Oh boy. Me too, movement. Here it comes.
She fucked Drake. She knew that he was gonna move on. She was like, yo, I gotta take advantage of the opportunity fully. I can literally have a baby by Drake. Fuck it. The condom's red. Looks like it's dripping some shit. It's weird. It might be celebrity sperm. That's it. I'm fucking with it.
Maybe Canadians come different.
No, man. Like that's
just half Jewish.
Right. It's not right. It's so bad.
Word.
It's all wrong. People don't get that shit. Like, no. End the story. Done. He should countersue her. I should countersue you for trying to fucking do this to me.
Defamation.
I'm not disagreeing with you guys. I'm just saying that the law is so much gray area that who the fuck knows, man? Because
like the fact that in favor of women.
I mean, to some extent, nowadays maybe depend. Honestly, it really depends on who the fuck your judge is. Because there be some judges who are fucking super conservative, and they definitely be on some trying to like maintain the man's position in the world, But I feel like yo, with think about it, like the girl Drake and her consented to fucking. So at that point, how do you say, oh no, you draw the line at having sperm in it? You do say, hey, I didn't want to do it to her, but ultimately it's like sex comes along with that. So it's like there's gray area in that lawsuit,
Did
both ways. To be honest,
you guys ever watch Upload?
No.
That was a great show on Amazon. They only did season 1. Season 2 should be coming now. It came out in like March 2020. And it was interesting because I always remember in that show, and it just crossed my mind when you said consent. That this like the year's like 2032, and they go, and I remember actually one of the signs was Oprah Harris, 2024. Damn, that's crazy. They told the future. But anyway, because before she was even a candidate. But before they have sex, the girl's like, wait a second, you bought protection? And he's like, of course I did, girl. And they both grab like this thing and they just put it on their chest. And it's like a camera recording each other. I consent to having sex. I consent to having sex. And it goes, doop, doop, and now they're able to lay down and smash.
Oh, I saw the trailer for that.
Yeah, it's a great show, bro. Yeah. Watch the first season and it'll drive you nuts. Because then you'll be like, where's season 2 coming? I've been waiting for 2 years, so you only have to wait a couple of months.
Not bad. Not bad.
Sorry, I'm
not bad.
trying to get into the whole consent bullshit. I mean,
no. That what you said actually is dope. That's how I think it makes sense. You know what I mean? But like at the same time, it's one of those things that when you look deeper into it, probably gives and takes. But not the sidetrack, which I always do, which I always do, which you're gonna have to just deal with. But they were actually in the news. They were talking about they just released a gun, or they're about to release a gun. That in order to shoot the gun, you have to be the verified like person who bought the gun.
DNA, right?
And that's dope. Yeah, exactly. That's dope. That's dope. I guess. Like I honestly I don't know if it's DNA.
I agree. Don't take away people's guns, but allow them to use it rightfully so. Like this is my gun. I'm registered.
Yeah. I'm totally with all of that shit. But people are not going to get rid of their guns to get this new shit they can identify with a fingerprint, which is whatever. It's the long-term solution. It's a bigger picture. It's like down the line or whatever, I guess, because no one's going to give up their guns. Ain't nobody going to, I don't care what you're offering them. No one's going to be like, okay, let me give up my guns for some new technology gun. Like, you guys are trying to get me on something. I'd rather rock with my own shit. So, but moving forward, it is a good idea. Same thing with the condoms and shit.
You
gotta figure out this predatory shit.
What?
I'm sorry, what you said, Chetty? What you said?
You won't register condoms?
No, I don't.
There should be. At this point, fuck it. If they're gonna get all these rights, there should be.
I love the way it has to say if they're gonna get all these rights.
Yeah, come on, man. Let's not be crazy. We know what's going on, man. You can't even say who you want to be with anymore. You're looked at as a racist or some shit. Like, oh, I don't like these type of girls. I don't like this. It's like, oh, you're so prejudiced. You're so prejudiced.
Like for a minute.
But what happens if
that for a minute, Headies to me?
What happens if I don't have a type though?
Then you'll be the Ray Schmemmer.
Can I say that? Honestly, I feel like I laughed too hard at that joke. I'm the only guy in the room laughing. But it was good. I didn't expect it.
I can't laugh.
No, yeah, I didn't expect it. But I think women think that guys have types way too often.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all have certain things that we
I have a smashing type, which is anything that's not disgusting. And then I have a marrying type where there I pick like, yo, I don't want you to be this fat. I don't want you to be tall. I don't want you to be this. Like all these little factors. No one's going to tell me, yo, you're mad prejudiced because of that. Like, no, why would I want a skinny girl with no ass from Croatia? It's not my thing. I don't like the barrier of entry, the difference in culture. Like, I'm good. But now, like, wow, that's some real like backward supremacy shit. Is it really?
Depends. It depends.
Yeah. We know what we're talking about. We're talking about the Fit and Fresh podcast. I don't know if you guys saw that, but they came straight out saying like, yo, they're two black guys saying they don't like black girls. Everybody went nuts on them. And for that much, I didn't really care much. I was like, come on, man. They can say whatever they want. It's just how they went about it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's
like
what I was going to say. I appreciate you saying that.
They OD'd on it. They buried their own they pretty much buried themselves. I don't know if they thought that was going to work or they did it for views. What do you guys think?
Did it not work? No such thing as bad publicity. I don't know. It could have.
Buddha's been on that podcast for ever and a day because they bash women. So he's always telling me, like, yo, check this out.
I was going to say that without saying that, but sure.
Yeah. Yo, check this out. Now I'm like, all right, this is cool, but it's right? They're better than Samuels.
Do you guys have it?
Why you got to keep...
With guys who don't like dating like their own race?
Do I what? I'm sorry, I didn't get the first part. I heard the last part.
Yeah, do you have like an issue with that though? Like how those guys said they don't want to date, their own race.
No, I don't have an issue with guys. I don't have an issue with anybody saying that they don't want to date. Me personally, I don't have an issue with anybody saying they don't want to date any particular thing. Like, I mean,
No, but I'm talking about their own race. They said that they don't want to.
even if it's their own race, dog. Even if it's their own race, like we're all human, man. And even if people want to pick you apart and tell you, oh, that is some self-deprecation because you have some self-hating in your. Even if people want to say that about you, whatever, man. Like ultimately, it's a matter of your opinion. Honestly, you obviously know who you want to be with, who you're attracted to, no matter the reason or how you got there. Like you can't just backtrack and go back to when you were a kid and say some trauma. Like, dog, you're here. This is who you like, and it is what it is. But
I'll tell you this.
Yeah, I was gonna say I will go back to what Hanson said, and it's like, yo, a lot of it, like I've been saying for a while too. Like things aren't just black and white. A lot of things have context. We got to consider the context and the way that those dudes particularly have been saying it, because people have pulled out like, their receipts on them, basically a few videos of them talking about black women particularly, and it's like. Yeah. The way they say it just sounds hateful. And I always say, like, yo, you could just tell the difference between somebody having an opinion and someone sounding like hateful.
Or a preference or just straight, like,
exactly.
A view. Right.
Exactly. And even then, honestly, like, just know where people stand. I don't even understand why people are mad at them for that. Just don't listen to their show if you don't want to listen to their show, if you don't want to fuck with them. Like, yo, people are who they are. We're all human, man. We're all flawed and shit like that. Like, those people have their own issues. You can judge it for whatever you want to judge it for and criticize them however you want, but like,
yo, the host is a cornball. Like every time, I
think so too.
I just feel like he's a cornball. I would never sit there and listen to much of his show.
I think so too.
Heard, like I said, was literally Buddha sending me certain stuff, and it's the people they're talking to that I listen to. Every time he speaks, I'm like, why would I listen to this corny ass dude? I will slap the fuck out of this guy. Like I don't.
And he's not even like a smart dude. He don't bring nothing to the table where it's like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
To me.
He's a cornball. So not to me.
Yo.
Everybody knows he's a cornball.
Yeah, I'm laughing because the way you say it, but I honestly I'm on board 1,000%. Like you could just feel the vibe. The dude just looks, talks, everything.
Yeah,
not cool. And like I said, if you really want me to go further than that, I could just say, like, obviously he has issues with black women or whatever issue. Like obviously it goes deeper because he's obviously addressing those issues when he's saying that trauma and shit.
But even the way he was speaking and certain things he was saying, I'm like, I don't see many black girls dating you anyway. Like,
Facto.
Maybe that's kind of what caused him to feel that way. I personally, I don't have an issue with anybody not wanting to date a specific race. I don't see it as racist. I don't see it. You have a preference. Right?
I agree.
I'm Dominican.
Attraction.
I fucking hate sancocho. Hate it. Like, you bring sancocho my way, I'm not the typical Dominican is like, yo, do you know Tia Aniela made a sancocho? And everybody's going ape shit. Like, me, nah, man. I'm just like, okay, cool, sancocho. Is that the only thing they made? All right, fuck it.
I'm with you. I won't lie. Brenda's aunt made a fucking one of those top-notch sancochos that kind of stand out sometimes. Where you don't like a food.
The best sancocho on the face of earth. And I ate
exactly
the western part.
Like, it's pretty good.
Yeah, the lady made it like in a big baila, like literally like in the middle of a fucking farm type area, just like like churning that shit with her sweat and her fucking arm
for 2 days.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna taste this shit. That bitch is nasty. And she's Dominican. Hate my own kind. But I was just wait. Fuck it.
I want to say, yo, I missed out on Peppa. I'm about to say it again, Peppa Pig. I missed out on Peppa Pig.
I ate that shit when I know I wasn't gonna see you.
Yo, no, that's fact though. That's a fact though. You should have. I'm glad you ate it instead of fucking letting it go to waste. Shout out to Peppa Pig.
Shout out to Peppa Pig.
But yeah,
nah, but yo, it's like it's not meant to
context as well.
Yeah. Nah, for sure.
They can too asshole-ish with that shit, man.
So yes, so you know what? So let's just answer it 2 different ways. Let's say, for me, black and white, like I don't think that is racist. I don't even that's a discussion to really take serious, to be honest with you. That it's racist to not prefer or like to not like a certain race as far as attractive, being attracted to them. But obviously, and the second part of that answer is like, yo, particularly where this question stems from, that show and those people, they definitely sound hateful, and I definitely disagree, and I definitely with them, and I definitely think that they're cornballs. So that's how I feel about that.
You think sometimes it's people that like say you've dated a particular race and it just never works out, and that's where it stems from, or they're just stem from like they don't like that this type of woman does this and this.
Yeah, I mean, it could.
Yeah, like
I'm not saying no.
I like to fuck with him and say that no black girl would date him because I really don't think they would. But I don't think it comes from that. I just think it's really his preference, dude. Like I have my preferences. Like there's certain people I won't fuck with, and that's just what it is. It's not like on some racist shit. It's just I have no particular interest in ever being with a white girl.
Yeah.
Like smashing wise, I'm with it. But like for me to actually have a real relationship and go, I don't see it happening, and I don't feel no shame in saying that. Right? I don't feel no shame in saying like, yo, I don't see myself ever marrying a black girl. Like that's just not my thing. I'll sleep with you because I'm attracted to you, but me be like, yo, I see this long-term relationship happening. Probably not gonna happen. I don't fuck with most Dominicans unless they're Americanized. And that's
you think
just
it's cultural. It's cultural different. So what do you think? What do you think it is? Cultural differences. What do you think it is?
I would say cultural differences because I just told you I can't be with a Dominican girl that has an accent. Like that ultimate no for me. The sound hurts my ear and like it fucks.
I feel you. And
I love Carla Marie to death. Beautiful girl, amazing soul. But every time she talk and I hear that, it was just like, oh man, I can't do this, bro. This is
let me flip it around. Let me flip it around.
By the way.
We got Ali.
Ali's tough to listen to, but I love him.
Let me flip this around for a second, just so we could be a little bit more consider the other side in a way. And it's like, be real. Do you guys feel like you would feel like someone's being racist if they said that they didn't fuck with our whole culture or like our whole, you don't think so?
Yo, the girls in high school did it to me at all times. Gotta remember, I went to Edison. I love like Indian women from India. Like that is my shit. And they would not pay me the time of day because I was Dominican.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't fit into their culture. It was like, it's not going to happen. End of story. I was talking about that with Roman, actually. You
gave up too quick, man. You gave up too quick, man.
I try. I don't know if it was just the Dominican part. I think it was also the fat part. But it was just like...
one or the other, but they didn't fuck with something about me.
Yeah. And it couldn't be the fat part because Chris Kasum was fat as fuck and he was getting all the...
It could have been the fat part. It could have just been both.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't say okay to both. I can't say okay to...
I think what turned off Propty Baznet was that I used to be like, hey, Prop, do you want to be with me? Do you want to be with me? Hey, Propty.
And she didn't know the song.
And she's like,
this nigga shitting on me. Yeah, she didn't know the song.
She didn't know Hey Poppy.
It's Jay-Z.
Danny, I don't think that's the right way to. That's honestly for us the coolest way you could try to bag a girl. But for the girl, I don't know if that's ever gonna work, dog. You didn't get it? I was trying to bag you the whole time, all through high school.
Fucking hot. I gotta show you guys a picture when we get off the show.
Yeah.
And you know what's fucked up? She actually married a Filipino dude.
So you were wrong. Nigga. That's the point of all this.
In college, her taste changed. Because all throughout high school, she only dated her kind. In college, all of a sudden, I see pictures of her on Facebook with a white guy, then a picture of her with some other guy. I'm like, yo, man, you should have tried in high school, girl.
You should have changed her taste, man. You should have told her that. You should have convinced her, like, yo, you ever tried a date outside here?
Oh, believe me. Probably didn't need any more hints of what my desires were.
Okay, fair.
You know me, I'm the whip it out guy, so you don't have to.
All you said was the hey Propty shit.
I think in high school people are a little bit more reluctant to like go beyond their friend group. Like I went to school predominantly Spanish, like Colombian, Dominican, Puerto Rican kids, right? And there was always, we were cool, but there was always some type of like disconnect because our cultures weren't the same, right? But like they were a little bit more, obviously I was outnumbered, so I had to like embrace other cultures. Like you hear like the slang or whatever the case may be. But as they got older, like then I think like working in different environments, you're like, okay, like Josh, you work with like 3 white dudes, you know what I'm saying? Like, or it was like, so you kind of like hear a little bit more. And I guess like once you get out of your nest, like then it's like, so like I could definitely see those girls being like, nah, I just got to stick to what my mom and dad are. You understand what I'm saying? Or what would my mom and dad think if I brought home so and so? You know what I mean?
Meanwhile, in college, like, I don't gotta bring the nigga home.
What's
I'm
that?
just trying to smash him in the dorm. Meanwhile, in college, like, I'm not trying to bring the dude home. I'm just trying to smash him in the dorm.
There you
I'm not
go.
bringing home nobody.
Make a good point. You remember Nick
You
Valentine,
do, you do.
right, Josh?
Who?
Nick Valentine, my boy, Puerto Rican kid.
Yeah.
Nick and Erica was black, and Nick and Erica, they went out like in high school and shit. And I remember their disconnect was Erica wouldn't bring Nick around her people, like her friends and shit like that. And Nick was like, "The fuck, you embarrassed by me?" Like, I said, you know how Nick was. Nick was
wow.
He's like, "Fuck that." She goes, "Yo, you know what it is?" Because Nick was like pale, like Joshy pale, right? He was Puerto Rican, short dude, da 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 da.
He didn't even look. Honestly, he didn't even look Puerto Rican.
Nah, he looked Italian.
Yeah, exactly.
His last name was Valentin, so you could kind of be like, "Oh, it's kind of like an Italian guy." And now I remember that shit. I totally blanked that shit out.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I think, like, when you're younger, you're just more hesitant to, like, bring somebody into your world. Where, like, if you're dating a person of the same race, it's just more easy. You're just like, yo, you know what this and this is, and stuff like that. So
plus, we grew up in a different time.
She speaks Spanish.
Yeah, that too.
Grew up in our time. A lot of things were just not as obviously open, and everyone just understanding each other as it is now.
Yeah,
and cultures and shit.
I remember the moment you saw like a black girl with a white guy, you'd be like, "Whoa, jungle fever."
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I go that far, but I thought.
I went to school in Brooklyn, bro. East New York. That shit was just crazy to us.
When I was in first grade, my best friend, his name was Jonathan Blevin, right? And I remember meeting his mom, and his mom.
Did he go further?
Black
and everything.
What's that?
Did he go to junior high school with you and shit?
No. This is back when I was.
Okay. My fault. I apologize. Yeah.
I would say, was his cousin Mark Blevins?
I don't know. I know his brother's name was Jason Blevin, though.
No.
But anyways, so it's one of those things where, when he came over, one day, his parents came to pick him up, and I remember, looking, I'm like, yo, your dad's white and your mom is black. I'm talking about, black.
That's why you look Dominican.
Yeah, and yo, he did. He was light skin, kinky hair. You know what I'm saying? I remember it's wow. So but think about that. That's what kindergarten is. What 1991? That's wild.
Yeah, that is.
Seeing that is but today it's it's just normal. You know what I'm saying?
They were the trendsetters, man.
The Blevins were. Yeah,
they were. I'm not even. Yeah, I'm not even.
The
de Blasios.
Nah.
That shit is all a political.
Yes.
You think so? They look so in love.
Okay.
I don't know.
Wait, because I always confuse Cuomo and De Blasio, but I'm pretty sure it's De Blasio. Isn't De Blasio's daughter wild also, right?
Not wild. She's liberal. She fought.
Johnny, you could be wild and still be a liberal. You could be an extreme liberal, bro.
No, she wasn't.
She seems like an extreme liberal from what I've seen. I don't know. I don't want to judge her. I don't want to go back.
I mean, she was out there protesting, she was on the front lines and stuff like that. She
No, but
that's what got is women with facial hair and fucking armpit hair.
Yeah, Teddy, do you remember when Trump won that there was a video going around for a long time?
Oh, that girl?
Yeah. That's an extreme liberal. That is literally the face in my mind for the extreme liberal.
I was laughing. I have a friend, shout out to her, but she listens to this show, and she was fucking distraught the day obviously, I felt it, but at the same time, I was like, I gotta go get the bag. I gotta get up for work. I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? I went out for drinks that afternoon because I had plans already.
Yeah.
That shit stopped my day. That stopped that girl's next 2 years. She was
white, right?
Yes. She's gonna listen to this. She's gonna be like, I know.
It just seems like white people pick up the fight stronger than a lot of us. That's all I'm gonna say.
I just remember anything that if I ever posted anything political and stuff like that, she'd be one of the first to jump on and answer it and just be yeah, because da da da, and I'm just and then it would make me not want to
kill Whitey.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of but I know her.
I hate myself.
100%.
Her heart's in the right place, but it's one of those things. I hope she doesn't listen to this episode. But
that's all good. It's all up. Do you remember the Malcolm X movie when he's walking into like a university and a white girl asks him like, "Hey, I love you. I'm such a fan of you. Is there anything I can do?" He's like, "Just get out of my face," type shit.
Oh yeah. Nah, it's just one of those. It is one
Malcolm
of those
X is the greatest ever, man.
No. Honestly, in that way, he actually, if you've seen that, you've seen it. If you've seen that in the movie, it's something that he probably like feels like he could have done better. I think he even spoke about that. That he wish he embraced like that kind of shit better or whatever. And like, because
he spoke about it.
Huh?
It's one of those things not gonna
affect. Speak about it.
No, not like recent years, bro. I'm talking about like he progressed to the point where he was embracing like more white.
You take the earphones off, try to like lower your tone, I guess.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I did that before, but I forgot. I have my earphones on, but they're dead.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
Damn, and this shit gives me an option to do separate tracks, but I didn't do it.
It's all good. I'll keep my volume though. I'll talk about Barry White.
You can't do a Barry White. It's not working.
I know. Justin Timberlake, maybe.
All right, what do you guys want to talk about next? We're going straight to Antonio Brown?
AB, the future Jet.
What about the online betting shit for New York? My bad, man. Sorry. A little rusty.
Have you guys started yet?
Are we gonna phone in a friend, aka Kevin Chetty?
Nah, man. We should have. I should have planned to have him on the show.
Or at least your favorite member of our family, Diggy. Well, your family. I'm sorry. Your favorite member of your family.
Yeah, we could have hit up both of them. You want to see if I'm on my phone, but if anybody's not on their phone and they're on their computer, you want to hit one of them up or hit Diggy up?
No, Diggy up.
Yeah, hit him up.
No, what's the worst that can happen? He's not gonna answer.
Yeah,
but if he does,
could you invite him to the Zoom? Because won't it take you off the call?
Nah, I could just let me see.
So pretty much, New York finally got on board with making gambling on sports legal, and I think it's gonna be some dark days, man. Yo, I know some people that would drive to like New Jersey, put their phone over and put their bets in, and then drive back to New York. So if that happens, imagine what's gonna happen with like you just have it accessible like right to you. You know
These guys not know about VPNs.
I've already lost money. Not a lot, but I lost money.
You did. You started. What game did you do?
I only do parlays. Okay. You know what's interesting? I actually did a parlay on Caesars Sportsbook, I think, and they let me pull out money while I was winning because 2 of my 3 teams hit on the parlay, and they would kind of let me pull out like money that I was winning money, like I was ahead, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna go for the win, and I lost.
No. Scared money don't make no money.
Yeah. They had promos. They'll give me free money, so I was like, I'm gonna go for it all.
Seen some of the athletes, actresses, and actors that have been like promoting, like they have a commercial with JB Smooth and Halle Berry.
Yo,
the man commercial, like this thing is huge.
Jamie Foxx.
Oh, that's what that Caesar 300 shit is.
Yeah, bro. Yo, that stuff is like, before, like, in order to, I used to bet on a site that was in Costa Rica, right? And for me to get paid, it would take me like a week and a half. They literally cut like a check or send a money order to you. Like that's so. How I stopped gambling is because one night I hit on the Warriors. Right, the Warriors beat when they had Kevin Durant, and I'm up like maybe like $900. Right, I'm in the green $900. They also have on these sites, they have like online poker, online blackjack, and online roulette. I played blackjack. The game ended like maybe 11 o'clock at night. I played blackjack until
I already know you had it.
something in the morning. I think I told you this, Josh.
No, I'm not because I know you had it.
Handsome, I was down $400. I was down $400 by the end of the night. How did I go from like being up 9? And I might have had more money. I'm just saying this to make me not look like an asshole on the show. But before the night is over, I was down like $300, $400. And I remember looking at the time being like, I have to get up for work in the morning soon.
And make up for this.
And I only got the money that I'm making from work. I'm paying it back to pay this thing off.
No.
So it just hit me. I was like, nah, I can't do it no more.
Now you know how I feel every time I'm on vacation. I'm literally like, yo, I'm about to go back to work to make all this money back that I didn't.
Well, we got to figure that out.
Well, vacations. I justify vacations by, yo, you're like you're building a memory, you're having fun.
Nah, I know, man. I'm just cheap.
So,
yeah.
But
I'm like, did I need fun?
Or smart.
For gambling though, it's just like, yo, the high is great. It's a good high. Like when you're winning, it's a good high. But when you're chasing, that's like my worst. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna give you guys some moderately. That's how I look at it. Like, you know, like I probably will go and get an account and something like that. You know, just so it gives you a little bit of interest. That's why I do so much fantasy, because like that gives me like a little bit of a, you know, like the money. I don't care about the money. It's more or less like if I'm playing Josh in that week, it's like, okay, competition between me and Josh. You know,
betting.
Yes, yes. It's only $50 for the season, as opposed to when I was doing like freaking
$50 an hour.
There was my nickname live bet Ched. I would literally put in a live bet. Like if I saw like a team getting close, I'd like, all right, jump on it. And I'm putting like $500 on this, like boom. Wow. And losing, you know.
It's funny you say that because I'm actually like known. Shout out to Deggy again because we mentioned him again, but I'm actually known to him like almost like a bitch, man. Because like if I have like I always do parlays, and if I have like a 14 parlay and 3 of those teams hit, I'm gonna take that last team that I have and I'm gonna bet against that bet just to make sure that no matter what, I'm winning.
Right.
All I care about is winning. Yeah, that's exactly what Deggy thinks. Like, all or nothing. Guess what? If I just keep stacking up wins, that's way better than winning the big amount one time.
Yeah. Well, Diego's a whale. He's a whale. He thinks like he wants the big prize. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what
apparently Handsome has that in his blood too.
Yeah. I'm going hard to die. But whatever.
Bro, if I got 3 out of my 4 teams right, and the 4 teams playing at night, well, that's exactly what I did last time. I lost money. So
should I make us a Purple Cups like account?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure. Why not?
Every Tuesday we bet on a game. It could be $20, and just, you know.
Yo, why don't we do this?
Okay.
We have a parlay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pick a different game.
Yeah, no, I like it. We each pick a game, throw $10 in.
All right,
$30 parlay for 3 teams.
I said the first bet we go on is who do we think AB will be in the NFL next year?
No.
Yo, AB's about to be on Ye's new album, dog. Fuck that.
He might. He really might.
He really might. I'm just glad it happened during the Jets, because now every time people show that little thing and make a meme of it, you just see the Jets on the floor.
Yo, real talk though. The Jets did break him.
What do you mean?
The Jets retired AB.
What I mean is the Jets were beating their ass, and the fact is, right, especially at halftime and shit like that, the fact is they definitely were arguing with each other and all of that kind of shit just based on the fact that the Jets were beating them. And it's like, yo, how the fuck could this team beat us? They have fucking 4 wins this season.
Nah, that's
contending for a Super Bowl.
This whole thing. He's like, yo, I'm not gonna go back on the field and get hurt by these guys.
Out of here.
These guys are hurting me. I'm not going back on the field. This team is way too tough. And Bruce Arians was like, what are you talking about? They're way too tough.
Oh, he's pushing me at the line.
Like, who do you guys believe? Like, listening to more and more facts, like, who do you guys believe? Do you guys believe that Bruce Arians is pushing him, or do you believe that? Because what I've come down to is like, there's a way you handle things, right? Is handling it with class and handling it with the way that AB handled it. That's my opinion, right? But I'm not saying that he's right or wrong because I've heard both sides of the story. I've heard, so obviously there's three sides, his, theirs, and what really happened. But hearing what you guys heard, like, what do you guys feel? You guys feel like, like Brady and the Bucks are in the right, or you feel like you believe what AB's saying? Or can two things be true?
Yeah, two things can be true in this sense, right? Because one thing I will say is AB is about his bread, right?
Yeah.
And he was just a few catches away from 333,000. He was like a few touchdowns away from another 3. He was like a few little things away from $1 million, right? So for a person like him to just be like, yeah, fuck, I just don't want to play, it's a little tough for me to believe. You know what I mean? But I could also see where he's also prima donna, right? Where he could be like, not for nothing, this fucking game ain't worth it. We in playoffs anyway. We're not going to get the first seed. Fuck you. I'm going to just rest myself up, make sure I protect my investment. I see that. I also see Bruce Arians and them being like, I don't give a fuck. We're going out there and we're going to pound it out. I don't care if your ankle hurts. Fuck your career. You're signed to us right now. This is what we do. And Tom Brady being like, yeah, motherfucker. You know what I mean? And one thing, like, I sided with Brady that night because when Brady came out, he was just, and I hate Brady. I kind of hope he gets
kind of like a concerned friend.
Yeah, he was like, yo, we got to like really think about the mental state of a lot of people. But now that I'm looking at it, him saying some shit like that could have been prefacing. He's like, I know how this guy's going to come out the gate. Let me make him look crazy and put him in Kanye's class. And then he goes and hangs out with Kanye.
Yeah.
So Tom Brady knew they hang out together.
Right.
Well, Kanye's Jesus. I already tried to tell you guys.
Him hanging out with Kanye doesn't like make him like crazy. Tom Brady's hung out with Kanye. You know what I mean? So,
I've already told you Kanye is Jesus. I try to tell you guys this. Kanye is Jesus, but you guys don't want to listen to me. I try to tell you, Jesus would surround himself with prostitutes and all the bad people in society and shit like that because that was his way to bring him back into the goodness of God's eyes, and that's what Kanye's trying to do, man. He's trying to fucking unite himself with Marilyn Manson, who is a devil worshiper, and AB, who has CTE, and trying to bring him to the light. That's the bottom line with Antonio Brown. I think Antonio Brown. My point with Antonio Brown is that Antonio Brown has CTE. It is undiagnosed. So far, it's undiagnosed because they only diagnose people with CTE after they die, unfortunately.
Yeah, he got MIA, aka he's from Miami.
That too.
Yeah. He's Florida.
If you no, it's not only that. If you ever draft somebody or you ever deal with somebody from Florida who also has gold teeth,
he's Florida man.
Done deal.
He's
Florida person, a Florida man with gold teeth. You already know what you're getting into. Yeah. I'm letting you know right now. And he might be very talented. He might run faster than anybody you ever seen in your life.
He's Florida
man.
Might
be pretty athletic, yeah, exactly. But he might not be able to do those things. So live life a regular way. But I promise you, the thing about the reason I say Antonio Brown has CTE though is because he was quiet his whole career. He was like a fucking superstar player for most of his career. And he was quiet for most of his career.
Look, I don't know if you guys using your phone, but like, look what I just sent y'all. Like, if the signs weren't there, I was dying when I saw this. That's Florida man.
Oh yeah, I seen that. I seen that.
Yo, dog.
That's Florida man.
What I tell you about Florida people with gold teeth? You do that?
No. You know about Yak? Oh boy,
I would have never drafted him seeing that picture.
Yeah, I feel you. I really do.
Yeah, listen, talent, bro. You are.
And that's the difference. There's a lot of people who would think, you know what? There's a lot of people who believe that, even in the league, who would feel like, you bet on the talent. You know what I mean? But don't be surprised when shit blows up on you like this. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Steelers.
As soon as you saw Odell's hair, you knew he was going to be a problem.
Shout out to the Steelers who got rid of him before he went fucking ham.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, why?
They had him for all those years.
The John Gruden thing. Then you had the Patriots thing. Then it's wild. It's wild. And the Patriots and the Cowboys, you could be a serial killer, but if you could ball, they will take you on their team.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
they were literally a serial killer.
The Patriots had a serial killer. The Patriots had a serial killer, and they had Jesus, Tim Tebow.
Yeah. Did the Patriots have Tim Tebow?
He was Brady's backup. Yeah,
he was. You sure?
Yeah, he backed up Brady.
Tim Tebow, I don't remember Tim Tebow playing, but I believe you, man. You're good. You're good with your sports.
No. The thing is, like, he was on the team. You know why I know is because like Skip tried to vouch and say that he's gonna make Brady better.
He was on the Patriots. He was on the Patriots.
And then I remember like Stephen A. looking at him like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like he's gonna. But anyways,
fucking guy, man.
Yeah, it was. No, but yeah, you're absolutely right though. And even then, those people take you, and that's exactly why.
Yeah.
To the original question, he's not playing in the league. He's not playing in the league anytime. I will never say never with the NFL, but definitely not anytime soon. Because he burned bridges with Belichick, Tom Brady. Nah, he ain't coming back, bro.
Yeah, Bruce Arians didn't want him. Tom Brady was the plug. You know what I mean? Bruce Arians didn't want him at all because Bruce Arians had him in Pittsburgh as when he was offensive coordinator. And Bruce Arians took Big Ben's side because him and Big Ben were like boys. That's why Bruce Arians actually got let go, because they said players were saying that Bruce Arians and Ben are too close. You know what I mean? Like Ben was getting away with like a lot of stuff that like, you know.
He was though. He was. Big Ben was getting, and he would talk shit to players, and like the locker room was all his and shit.
Right. I'm not saying that Ben didn't have any faults when it came to AB either. I think Ben had his faults as well. I just think, I don't know, man. I think AB.
I'm not joking. That's CTE, bro.
AB's quiet when you don't need him, but when he's like balling and he knows you need him, he's gonna be a diva. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick.
Yeah.
Vincent Jackson. I'm not joking about the CTE shit. Vincent Jackson, mad young, just killed himself like a couple years ago from CTE and shit. Like, not a couple years ago. It was last year.
No, it was last year. Yeah.
Yeah, last year. Vincent Jackson, dog. I remember Vincent Jackson like a couple years ago. I can't even believe that he just killed himself. He's out of the league and shit like that. He was a fucking baller.
I don't even think he's 35, dogs.
Exactly. Yo, dog. Wow. I'm not joking about the fact that Antonio, because you see, there's diva and there's ego. There's Keyshawn. Yeah. I think Ocho Cinco was even known as kind of like diva-ish and outspoken. You have the TOs and shit, right? Which TO, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you. No disrespect, but I wouldn't be surprised if he has CT as well.
Nah, he had shit prior to this, because remember, he was from a real rough neighborhood and
even that.
Right?
Even that.
He would do weird shit like cry in the bathroom and weird shit all the time.
Yeah, I remember what people said about. I'm not trying to shit on him or pile on him. But remember what people said about him about in part. Yeah, exactly. Halloween and shit. He stand on the wall and shit.
I do Halloween all the time. I wear like full cover shit and never say who I am. But he's like,
that's exactly what he did.
He do this all the time.
Who did that? Ricky, you talking about Ricky Williams?
T.O. would wear.
T.O. would dress like a full body costume
and just stay by himself, like wouldn't be around nobody.
And nobody would know it's T.O. They're like, who's this big 6'3" dude? Whatever.
He would do this or like on a regular?
No, Halloween.
What a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, he is.
Teddy, I do that.
That's my guy.
I know Ricky Williams used to do interviews with his helmet on.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he had his visor. He had the Darth Vader visor.
I remember that.
He was like Uncle Bruno.
Yeah.
And Master P was his first agent.
Yeah. He was?
Yeah, dude.
Well.
Yeah, Ricky Williams
is a fucking trailblazer.
Or Ricky Williams is also a trailblazer, but Master P is for sure.
For both of them.
Nah, but yeah, and that's the reason why I say, like, no question that you have divas and ego and all of that shit, but I mean, Antonio Brown really acting.
Yeah, I just think
out of society.
Yeah, the way he handled it was like not well. You know what I mean? Like, I like I said, I agree with some, like, because I'm listening to both sides, and I agree with some of it. Where if like, yo, if he's hurt and they're pressuring you to play, like, no, don't do that, because you only got a couple good years left in you. You know what I'm saying? But
that's not the first time that's happened, I'm sure, in football.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, I'm sure.
No one's ever acted that way.
He handled it. He almost guaranteed nobody wants to fuck with him now.
No. What he did though, dude, is like, because you actually have like your other teammates telling you like, yo, chill, like don't.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I'm saying a million people have been told by their coach like, yo, play through it. Let's say. Yeah. And no one's ever dealt with it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is football. Ronnie Lott cut his finger off, bro. Come on, dog. I'm gonna feel bad for you.
That's wild.
I'm serious. I'm serious. And even if you didn't want to play through injury, like you said, like it's not. I think he even said in the interview afterwards, he did some kind of podcast, whatever. But in that he said like he had thought he wanted to moon. He even like it crossed his mind that he wanted to moon the fans. Like, come on, my nigga. Come on, dog.
But what they do to you,
he's not thinking straight, bro. Yeah. He didn't leave the stadium mad.
Yeah,
like he did, but like he left the stadium like mad, but like that retarded mad. No offense using that word, but like running off the to the end zone, waving at the fans, like bro, real child. You know what I mean? Like that's not. No. Even if you're mad, if you're seriously mad about the coach making you play through an injury, that aside from you getting mad and leaving the team, that's making a mockery of shit. Your mind is not in the right place.
You're not thinking like a 33-year-old or 34-year-old.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying, you're not like obviously shit like that will cross our mind and be like, yo, I should just fucking do this right now. You know what I'm saying? It crosses your mind, but you're also like this is not going to make me look in a good light. And what does this do for me? But maybe because he has that imbalance, he's just like whatever goes to his mind. He's like, I'm just doing it because I'm Antonio Brown.
Everything you said, Chetty, I agree with you wholeheartedly. That's exactly the point I was trying to get through. Exactly the same way I see it.
Just to wrap up the AB conversation, Hall of Fame, does he make it?
No.
I think he should.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I think we all agree based on numbers he should, but I'm talking about, do you think he makes it? Because of like what entails, you know what I'm saying?
T.O. hasn't made it yet, right?
No, he made it. He made it, but it took him. Yeah,
he made it? Okay.
The issue he had was that it took him 3 tries.
Bullshit.
He had no ring. They're gonna use that, right?
Yeah, but they're gonna use it. But let's be real. Come on, like amongst us,
he belongs
every football fan.
I'll tell you that much. He belongs in more than AB in my book. If I'm going on pure talent,
I agree with you. Come on, dog, I'm not gonna disagree with you. They both belong there.
He has rings.
Yeah, T.O.'s top 3 in all like 3 main receiving categories. He's like, he deserves it. But it took him 3 tries. So I guess like they have this like if you ever notice they'll call a guy, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, right? T.O. won't have that. He won't have that like, you know what I'm saying?
Because they factor in everything else. They factor in your antics. They factor in your team effort, the shit you did in the media, blah, 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 blah.
Yo, wait. It's funny that the media will use that against T.O. though, because T.O., if anything, gave them a lot of like content and sound bites. And but I do.
Fact, I've always said that he made them eat. You know
exactly.
This is America.
But I do.
Country of country.
If every player
that's a fact.
Fitzgerald, this shit would be boring as fuck. And I love Larry Fitzgerald because he's class. He's class act. But if everybody was like him, we wouldn't be doing shows like this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a fact.
You know?
Just look at Megatron. Yeah. Megatron was boring as fuck, bro.
But he's just
on the field, but there was nothing else.
That guy had a good nickname. That guy had a good nickname.
Yeah.
If you didn't have a good nickname, who are you gonna be?
Calvin Johnson is my doctor. You know what I'm saying? You hear the name Calvin Johnson? That's your doctor. That's the guy that does my taxes. Like
that's a fact. That's a pretty simple name.
Whoever gave him that nickname as a marketing genius.
That's ill, but he wasn't
boring, bro. Let's give him a name, bro.
So if every player was like him, you know, the game wouldn't be the game. You know what I'm saying? And like, yo, you need the balance. You need the balance.
Stupid of a name is Larry Fitzgerald.
I don't think that's a stupid name, man.
No, I'm saying like it's not like a superstar name. His name is honestly like a Jewish name.
Yeah, I know. No, yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. If he wanted to be friends, he wouldn't stand out either.
Yo, class. You know what I'm saying? Like nasty, you know, but
I will say, you know, I get that people use that against them. There is some reason to it because when you do hurt your team doing that, though. There's no question about it.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
T.O. produced and always produced, but there's no question about it. Like when your team is trying to focus on trying to, you know, win it all and shit like that, there's no question. You don't want that guy in the locker room acting that way. You'd rather T.O. not be that way. I'll say that.
T.O., I think, like, we could be on this all day, but I think with T.O. that they're more than A.B., Chad, and some of the other.
Chad Pennington?
That's Chad Pennington.
Oh, my fault.
Even Odell. Even Odell. I think T.O. was a little bit more, I don't want to say misunderstood because, like, yo, Romo and Witten really had, like, they were, like, best friends. And like I felt like sometimes T.O. was left out where he probably should have gotten the ball. You know what I mean? Even the thing with him and Donovan McNabb, like when I heard T.O. side of the story, I was just kind of like, yo, I get where you coming from. You know what I mean? Because Donovan McNabb was like, he's a square. So everybody's going to listen to him. And once you have like this thing about you, they're not really going to listen to T.O. When T.O. said like, yo, when I would ask him something in the huddle, he would just say like, yo, get the F out of my face. And I just tell him, I'd be like, yo, like I'm a man. Don't talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but like, yo, even in the Super Bowl, like T.O. had like 2 screws in his ankle and he balled the fuck out. Like if you look at his numbers in the Super Bowl, he played super hard. So it's for me, it's like, yo,
T.O. outworked everybody and they were jealous.
That's what I'm saying. He was built like a fucking machine. So it's like, yo, if he does that, yo, he can be like, you know, he can self-promote, do whatever he wants, call himself T.O., grab the popcorn and all that stuff. He can do that as long as he shows up to play. And it's not distracting the team.
And the interesting thing about T.O. that people never talk about, remember, the whole time Jerry Rice was on the team when T.O. was there, T.O., he didn't try no funny shit, no show-out shit. He just
knew
his position.
He knew who the GOAT was.
Yeah, he respected Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice always talks about that with him. Like, this kid was in there. Like,
I can't believe they played together.
Their fallout was that game where they realized, like, yo, we got to keep throwing the ball to this kid. And he got the 22 catches. That got Jerry Rice tight because it was kind of like, hold on. Like, why is that getting all these? They talk about that. That was like the changing point.
I got to see that.
Yeah, because
I would love to see that.
Wow. Think about Jerry Rice is the GOAT, like the GOAT wide receiver.
Nah, of course. Jerry Rice is arguably, people say, the GOAT of football.
They say he's the greatest. Like him, Lawrence Taylor, like they're like the greatest football players.
Lawrence Taylor is the best football player of all time.
Yeah. I was gonna say right now. I don't think Jerry Rice is because
top 3.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's amazing. Right. And even then, I don't think he's top 3 just because you talk about quarterback. And I don't want to get into. I don't want to go down that road. But I will say Lawrence Taylor is the greatest, probably. I will say that.
He is the greatest. He's the greatest ever. He redefined that position and made it something totally different. That's why he's the greatest.
Even defense in general. He just redefined defense.
Yeah. So I think like with back to what Hanson was saying about that game, that particular game, is that, yo, it's got to be hard for like the old guard to be like, yo, this kid is getting like 30 targets here. You know what I'm saying? But he's getting 30 targets because he's destroying anybody that's trying to guard him. I remember that game. I know exactly what game you're talking about.
I watched that game with me.
Like, yo, guy's fucking crazy.
What the fuck?
Right. Yo, I honestly wish that Justin can get somebody like that. I hate to always make it a just thing about football, but I do.
I remember them. I remember the 49ers playing the Giants in a game. And I remember Michael Strahan in the third quarter telling T.O., yo, look at the scoreboard. And they scored like 24 straight on us. And they had no answer for T.O. He's a game fucking changer, bro. So the only thing with T.O. is that, like, I don't know if they just wanted him to shut up and just play, you know, but like that don't sell tickets and that doesn't sell jerseys. You need that balance. You understand what I'm saying?
That was that time.
I was gonna say the same thing right now. Every wide receiver who wanted to be that, like, in order to promote yourself. I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off, Hanson, so I'll let you say it, but you needed to be that way.
Well, I was gonna say, like, remember, it was like Keyshawn started that, right? But never to the extent of somebody with the talent that T.O. had. So when T.O. started bringing out the popcorn, the Hall of Fame deck, the markers and the weird shit and the pulling shit out of stuff, it was like, this guy's disgracing our game. Where now it's like, yo, so what?
Yeah.
Shit got so boring, we had to bring back team celebrations when they cut that shit out.
Yeah. Think about this, right? in the early 2000s, like, yo, would you know who like Jerome Bettis looked like if he wasn't in commercials? Because he has his helmet on all game. So it's not like with a basketball player or a baseball player, we're like, yo, you're seeing this guy like all the time. So like now when I'm watching the game, I know exactly what he looks like. And then I see him in the commercial, you know what he looks like. But yo, these guys are like, yo, I got to get my name out there. You know, I got to go in front of the camera and say, yo, throw me the ball. I'm that damn good. You know what I mean? In order to, you know, to generate that, to generate, you know, to build your brand. You know,
So it's like the Jets almost like set the tone for like modern day football in a lot of ways. Like Keyshawn, Belichick.
Think about like the players I love. I look at like what Keyshawn set the tone for wide receivers being shown.
Look at
He set the tone for like long slanky.
Yo. Honestly, you're right. You're right. I don't know if that's luck or not, but you're right about that. KG did set the tone for the modern day big man, and the Jets did have some kind of. Not only with that, we've also gave Tom Brady the fucking door to become who he is. Obviously, I hate that we did, but we did.
Keyshawn is the first athlete to write a book in his rookie year.
Yeah, he's insult his slot receiver as well too. He called. He said, "I'm the star," and Wayne Corbett the flashlight.
He was the flashlight.
Yo, imagine your rookie writing that nowadays, dog. You're mad hyped about your rookie year and shit. All of a sudden, your rookie writes a book like that. Like only us, bro. Only us, man.
Kyrie Irving is the only other rookie that would write a book in his rookie year.
He might.
Yo, Kyrie, don't get me started.
There's a silver lining to that, man. You know, you have to have that confidence, that ego to be that baller in sports, man.
That was, but he, you know, again, maybe because I'm a Jets fan, but Keyshawn did deserve the ball that year. We stunk all dick, bro. It was his first year. We were like 1-15. He was like, "What the fuck?"
We won one game that year.
The book was called "Give Me the Damn Ball," right?
Just give me the damn ball.
That's a fire name.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? That I didn't really know about the Jets a lot when I was like younger, because I got into them like in the early 2000s, and Handsome had to give me like a history lesson of what happened. And he was like, "Yeah, so Keyshawn Johnson, we drafted him, and then he wrote this book, right?" So like when I hear it, I'm like I almost feel like, no offense, Handsome, I almost feel like it's exaggerated history.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Then all of a sudden I hear the history, I'm like, this nigga was being accurate.
Yeah,
this dude really did write a book. Rookie year.
Well, staying on the New Jersey Jets and New Jersey Giants. Why didn't we get in on the lawsuit? This is wild.
I wish I thought about it.
I'm with you on that though.
That's a good lawsuit.
Because listen, he's suing. So those don't know the story. There's a man suing the New York Jets and New York Giants franchises to rename themselves what? The East Rutherford Jets and East Rutherford Giants.
Did they say that? I didn't see them say that.
Because they don't play in New York, and he's suing for $6 billion if they don't do this by 2025. Right now, I see this and I'm like,
gonna settle for like 2 million. I mean 20 million.
Yo, let's say he settles for $1 million. That's fucking genius.
Uh-huh.
Look at the times we're in. I started looking right away at different teams that I could sue.
Have you Yo, the Florida Marlins. They're supposed to be Miami. Oh no, they're on Miami Marlins again now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they're Miami Marlins. Okay. Can't sue them. I gotta figure it out.
That's fucking genius, dog.
Let's do the Golden State Warriors.
He's correct, because the most New York teams are the Giants and the Jets. The Bills are cool to call a New York team, but they're not New York. It's just Buffalo. Right. It's a different part
New York State.
Yeah, that's
New
like
York State.
Well,
that's almost Canadian.
Yeah.
Did you guys,
like New Hampshire, Rhode Island, those kind of parts.
Do you guys take a look at like his like the case that he's making, like the reasons why he's doing it?
Did he say he's suffering? Oh yeah, go ahead.
He's suffering like emotional trauma from having to, and not only that, but loss of wages for the time that he spends to go from Manhattan to New Jersey. Yo, that is genius. Like I was reading and I was like, this guy's amazing, man. Because I've traveled on a Monday night from Queens or from New Jersey to Queens. That is the public transportation. That's the worst. That's the worst thing ever. Not only that, but I've gone from MetLife, like drove from MetLife home, and we went in the parking lot for like 45 minutes.
It is emotionally traumatizing, dog.
Yo, how people get away with like, I don't even say get away, but like how people think about like, yo, he's gonna win money. He's gonna settle. The Maras are gonna pay him. Woody Johnson's gonna pay them. Like he's gonna settle.
Is he by any chance Caucasian?
Joe Douglas ain't gonna pay him.
Huh?
Joe Douglas ain't gonna pay him.
You know what they should do? They should take that bum Joe Judge's salary and just get that shit to him. Oh my! Yo, can I sue the Giants? Can I sue the Giants for emotional trauma for fucking the last 5 years? Fucking terrible.
I might as well sue the Mets for me being so short. Dead ass, yo. They caused me mad grief. My hormones were all shot since the day I was born, man.
Oh, yo, shout out to Keith Hernandez, man. He's about to get the jersey retired.
Get out of here.
You know that? Yeah, I was gonna say that. He has to know that. No, is it only the jersey? Yeah, he's about to get his number retired. Yeah,
no one can wear 17 now.
And that's my number.
They were saying, they were saying it's a great thing because like the Mets' old owners, the Wilpons, Fred Wilpon, who hired his son, Jeff Wilpon.
Like, why did it take so long?
So what happens is the Wilpons were actually Brooklyn Dodgers fans. The Wilpons came up from Brooklyn real estate. That's how they made a lot of their money. They became real estate moguls. So Fred Wilpon seemed like a pretty nice guy, pretty decent guy, but he was an old man. He always wanted to make the Mets into the Dodgers, the Brooklyn Dodgers. So he grew up in Brooklyn. So that's why if you look at Citi Field, that rotunda, whatever, the Jackie Robinson Rotunda is but even the shape of the field is kind of like made to be like Ebbets Field.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. So look, I respect the Brooklyn Dodgers and everything that they did, but the Los Angeles Dodgers exist. So they felt like, so a lot of Met fans felt like, yo, dog, we have our own history. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Long story short, he didn't really seem like he cared that much about respecting Mets history and cared about a lot more Dodgers history. And so now Steve Cohen is an actual Met fan, and he's trying to like fix things up. So he's kind of like going back. Mike Piazza came out and was like, "Yo, I'm glad he did that," and all of that kind of shit.
That's stupid because no shade to the Mets, but how much the Mets still make money off the '86 team? They make documentaries about that team. They make they're like a trend-setting team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People talk. You know what I'm saying? Like. So Straw,
it's the only fucking championship of my 3 teams that I was alive for.
So
I wasn't alive for any of them.
So, if you ask Handsome, he was alive when Broadway Joe guaranteed the fucking.
I definitely was being conceived.
God, God. What are you talking about, man? The God.
So why I say that is like, yo, I think like it's well deserved, well overdue, man. Because not only is Keith Hernandez is good on Mets thing on TV.
He's amazing. He's amazing, dog.
He's the annoying Walt Clyde Frazier. You know what I mean? He's the yo. I could have done this in my day. he's that guy.
His fucking statement is a dope nigga.
Yeah, I was gonna say right now. Honestly, I'll say something about that, Teddy. He's better than Walt Frazier because Walt Frazier is a flat out hater in a lot of ways. Like there's real talk. There's not one time. Huh?
Knicks fans, they all hate Walt Frazier now.
No, I at this point I learned to appreciate him for who he is. But I did hate him for most of my life. But all he does is talk about, like, you never heard. I'll say it this way: you never heard Walt Frazier talk about another player acting like he was better than him. Keith Hernandez beat on like other players' dicks in the sense, sorry for saying it that way, but like being other players' dicks, like for just how great they are. Yo, Keith Hernandez has sweated. He sweat Joey Votto. I remember that was one of his favorite players for years, and just talk about how amazing this dude was and shit like that. Like he keeps it a buck. Like as far as this dude is like a player, I've never seen a talent that great. Like on the Mets or on another team. Like I feel like Walt Frazier looks at it like no one's like us in our time. You know what I mean? So it's a big difference.
Our era was the best era. I think. Walt is sour with the fact that when the Knicks won the championship, Willis Reed came back in that game 7 where his ankle was broken or his ankle was sprained or whatever, and he came back, and I think he only had like 10 points. But Walt Clyde Frazier was like, Walt Clyde Frazier had 37 and like 12 steals in the game. But no one talks about that. Everybody talks about, like, when I'm growing up, I always read that Willis Reed came back and beat Will Chamberlain. You know what I'm saying? But no one talks about, like, if you could pull up Walt Clyde Frazier's Game 7 numbers, them shits are insane, and no one talks about it. And he said it before on Knicks games. He's like, yeah, but no one's ever mentioned that I had 37 in that game.
Yeah, I've heard him say that.
So it's in his core. He's like it was his biggest moment, and no one talks about it enough. Except for Mike.
That get over it, man. This dude is like, I don't. It's one of those things that if you're a real Knicks fan and you're really about it, you probably would know. But I'm assuming Walt Frazier is a Hall of Famer. Yeah. And if you're a Hall of Famer, like, bro, you already got your credit.
5 greatest players, right?
Yeah, you already got your credit, bro. Like, what more do you want?
So then, let's say you're a Hall of Famer producer, and you just never get paid by this Queens native, should you be over it already that you didn't get your royalties?
I think that's so the Pete you're talking about the Pete Rock Nas thing, right? Yeah. I think what's so weird about that is they've done
have millions and billions of dollars.
He should pay him. That's one, right? But what's weird about this is that like Pete Rock has done so many, like Illmatic has been like they've done documentaries, they've done specials, they've done like 10-year anniversaries of this shit, right? And he's been a part of all these things. You know what I'm saying? It's weird that like in 2020, so like, is it now because Nas is like, and I'm not saying that Pete Rock needs to get his money, like, but like, is it like, yo, you have all this bread, like you need to pay me? It's like the Big Sean Kanye thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
hey,
$1 billion. Just 5. Yo, oh shit.
Hey, he's in a seat. He's in a seat with the hookah.
What's up, my family?
Damn.
Yo, what up? What up?
What's happening? How's everybody doing? Nigga, what is this setup here? What is this shit?
You're not gonna give me 5? I'm trying to give you 5, dog. You're not gonna give me.
Yo, what's good? What's good, my G?
Hey, that was awful.
Against the screen.
Nigga, Johnny, you look mad different, nigga.
Thank you, man.
Yo, I haven't seen you in how long? What the fuck?
Welcome to the metaverse.
Yo, we got Rondell Ortiz in here.
Yo, what up? Get okay.
East New York native Rondell Ortiz in this bitch.
Get okay.
They don't like that joke. I'm sorry.
I used to it, man.
It was all for giggles.
Nigga, he lost weight, nigga. My man, though.
Good day. I'm sorry. So I don't want to sidetrack to what we were talking about before, but we brought you in because we were talking before about a little bit of New York betting. Okay. So I was bringing you back.
we wanted a whale. Yeah, we wanted to talk to a whale.
So what?
So we were talking about like how New York betting, how they allowed it now and everything like that. So
she's amazing, right?
It is amazing.
No.
It's just amazing, my nigga.
Real quick, before we get back to the betting, I want to ask Diego something. Yo, Diego, real quick. So like you know about the Knicks. You know about the Knicks, like when they won the championship against the Lakers, right? That Game 7, or like the story behind that and all that stuff, where Wilt Chamberlain, his leg was hurt and he came back and the Knicks won the game.
Nah, you mean Willis Reed? Right, keep going.
All right, sorry about that. He played against Wilt Chamberlain. My bad. But you know, that's the famous story, right?
Yeah.
So, the story behind it is that like Willis Reed helped him win the game, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what everybody says, but that nigga had he played for like 2 minutes only.
Yeah, thank you. You see what I'm saying? So like Josh, I pulled up.
No, but it's true because I have an uncle who always talks about Willis Reed. Always, right. My uncle, and he always talks. Yeah, amazing.
Growing up, that's what they used to tell us. Like this in books, they used to say, yeah, like Willis Reed came back and helped the Knicks win the championship. Yo, Clyde Frazier's numbers in that game was 36 and 19. He had 19 assists.
Yeah, she was crazy. It was some 2K shit.
Yo, if you have 36 points and 19 assists, I mean, you attribute it to all your team's points. There's no way.
He was dribbling with one hand.
No defense.
Nobody thought like, yo, he ain't got no left. Nobody thought to say that in the court.
I mean, nobody spent Sprewell. He dribbled.
No one stopped Sprewell. Yeah, word. No one stopped Sprewell.
It took Sprewell's tomahawk jam for people to realize. Is he going to one side?
On one side. But nah,
every highlight looks the same.
I didn't mean to sidetrack the betting aspect, but yeah, yo, Diego, like, so what do you feel about New York betting, man?
It's fire. Finally, that took forever to come over here, but now it's here, nigga. I have everybody in my family gambling, my nigga. My mother texted me today, like, yo, do you win the parlay? I was like, nah, we ain't win it. Nah, we ain't win the parlay. The fucking Nets lost to the fucking Thunder, nigga.
Wait, so no one came up on those promos?
KD didn't play, that's why.
Nah.
No one came up on none of those promos.
Nah, I still have bread from the promos. Nigga, Jen that ass, I made an account for her. She won $50. She took the $50 out. I'm like, what are you doing, nigga?
She's profiting. She's profiting. Exactly. It's free money.
But nah,
She
nigga,
has
like
no interest in betting.
Nigga, let me try to make it to 100,000 or some shit. Like, let me try to work my magic, son.
You're not right. You're not wrong.
So, Josh,
You're not wrong.
Josh and Diego, since you guys bet, right? Like, let me ask you guys a question. Like, now that it's legal, like, and it kind of got rid of the taboo side of betting, is that a little bit of a turnoff, or does it make you want to bet even more? Like that you could do it, like you were doing it illegally before. Did it feel like a little cooler because you could do it illegally? Like,
I'll be honest with you, I used to bet so much that I never felt like it was illegal.
Okay.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, I want to hear that. That's what I want
to chime in on that in a different way. Like with the lotto, right? Now that they've made it that you can actually play from your fucking phone and app, and you don't have to go to the store anymore. For me, it lost a lot. Yeah, dude, you could just do it right on the phone. And I'm like,
you can like scratch offs in your phone.
Look at Diggy. Next level. Next level of degenerate gambler.
Millions, Powerball. Yeah, he's like, aha! What? If I scream, it comes off? Oh, nigga, it's like Mega Millions show you that. If you play before 5 p.m., you can do it. So I'm like, I'm not doing this shit.
But you don't miss picking up the ticket?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what's funny? No, but I've never like bought a lotto ticket in my life.
Yo, go tomorrow. Please go tomorrow.
This is the last guy you want to get into this with. Then you'll be there playing Win 4 every day, like,
oh, no, because
numbers come out.
Wins. If he wins, he'll remember having recorded that he said it on Purple Cups and Champagne. Then you got
1341. 1341. I got a box. You'll be going crazy.
Daggy, what's the wildest sport you bet on? I know it had to be during quarantine.
The wildest sport I bet on, my nigga, it's crazy because I have cricket, and then I had cricket, and then I bet on softball, women's softball. I don't know. I remember I bet on cricket, and I wasn't even I didn't even know if I was winning or not. Nigga, I was watching the game. Nigga, I didn't know if it was good to happen.
You're talking to fight. You're talking to fight.
I would lose all my money if I bet on WNBA because I would bet on both teams to lose every time.
Yeah, nigga, I have no idea if I was winning or not, bro.
Funny as fuck. That's funny as
fuck.
But
nigga, I feel like now everybody I know, even like older people, like have like a betting account just because of like their kids. Because like nigga, they're giving you free money. So like if you have a father who doesn't gamble, why wouldn't you just set him up?
Y'all tripping.
Nigga today I was on the phone with Aaron for like an hour 30 minutes because he was asking me like how to gamble. And this nigga was like I feel like
boy, that's the wrong guy.
Yeah, because this nigga Aaron,
I don't want him to start.
He was like, wait, if I put 100 and these 4 teams win, I won $1,000. I'm like, yeah, Aaron, my nigga, the chances of happening.
Exactly. Everybody thinks they're gonna get their 4 teams every night.
That's it. Get ready for the Aaron GoFundMe.
But nigga, I was actually surprised because nigga Aaron was like, yo, I'm gonna hold this $300. It's like a bet. I'm very sure. I was like, nah, nigga, that's good. That's smart. Nigga, me,
yeah, he's not gonna do that.
I lost that first 300 within like 30 minutes, nigga. I bet everything on Sunday football. I just lost everything. I was like,
dog, yeah, I was telling the guys, I actually bet on a parlay, and I had like 3. I think it was 3 of the 4 games, or 2 of the 3 games. I think it was 3 of the 4 games, but I'm not sure. And it gave me an option. I didn't even know they gave that option to
cash out.
Yeah, exactly, cash out. And I didn't cash out. I was like, fuck that. It's free. It's free money. I'm not gonna cash out. And I ended up fucking losing with the fucking Cardinals game.
Never cash out, nigga. The fuck?
I know. It was free money.
Go for it all,
why
bro.
would I cash out anyway? Yeah, we had a discussion before. And Hanson agreed with you, by the way.
Y'all seen the bet 50 cents won somebody 1,100?
That's 50 cents, nigga. Of course.
50
I'm gonna
cents.
fucking Nigga must have bet like a 17 team parlay.
Nigga, he did a six first basket. 6 players first basket.
Wow.
Wow.
I bet he paid $5.
Nigga, 50 cents. I told my boy, he was like, damn, you should have put $1, nigga. I was like, yeah, nigga. You should have.
Is your friend's name Moreno?
I wanted to bet
Moreno?
It's crazy.
For the Raiders and Chargers, I was gonna bet on the tie, and I should have, man, because I think it was good. Because remember, if they tied, they both make it to the playoffs.
Bro, crazy.
They literally could have kneeled the ball 15 times each, and the game would have been over.
Yeah.
Nigga, they were saying like one of the coaches, I think it was the Chargers coach. He was like, "Nah, we're not gonna do that shit. We have too much like love for the football."
Yeah. Not only that,
nigga, you're mad stupid, nigga. You make the playoffs.
My nigga, they're gonna get fined. They're gonna get fucking their career. Yeah, their career is gonna be fucked.
Once it goes overtime, I'll tell like a captain, like, yo, tell the other captain, my nigga, like nobody wins, nigga.
I think you think people are gonna kneel for a whole game until overtime, and people are gonna think they really played in overtime.
No, I'm saying once it's overtime, once it hit overtime, I'm like, nigga, like, because like the game doesn't matter at all, bro.
Yeah. Once it was tied at overtime, I was like, yo, this shit is meant to be. I should have put this fucking bet in for this fucking tie. Like, this is wild. You know what I mean? For that to happen. And I think the Raiders thought that Chargers were gonna tie, and I think the Chargers went for the W. That's why the Raiders went for the W.
Yeah. Why are you doing the show through Zoom?
In the office. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. How about?
We're in the metaverse.
In the metaverse.
Welcome.
I like the setup. Joshy, this is your job?
Yeah.
The background?
I just rented the office.
Oh, man.
Come on, man. It's my job. This is our job, bro. This is our studio. What are you talking about?
Nigga, are you gonna keep going on? Are you gonna keep going on with this joke, nigga?
What joke? Look at the view outside, Diggy.
Bro, look at the plants right here.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Look at my little sign.
How are they green?
Yo, Chetty, I seen your boy today. Fuck. He's tall, dark skin. He goes to Robbie.
Tony.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's the biggest LeBron hater.
Oh, he is? Damn. I wish I would know that.
Yeah. Next time you see him, just to show him a LeBron highlight, and it'll just like make his skin crawl. It's the fucking worst.
Yo, Daggy, so I don't know if you want to join us on the latest topic we were talking about too. I don't know if you saw it, but Nas, I don't know if you're gonna care about it.
It's this producer. His name is Pete Rock. He's pretty popular.
Yeah, exactly.
He produced Pete Rock on Nas's first album.
I'll tell you what he produced. He produced the Kanye and Jay song that Add a Little Sugar.
Oh, I love that song. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
So he produced on Illmatic, and he's suing. Is he suing Nas?
Apparently he's
royalties
because he claims he was never paid royalties from 1994 when the album dropped. Yet he was present in a bunch of documentaries. He's been with Nas back and forth after that, all this stuff. And now Nas is making some money. So he's kind of like, yo, now I want to get paid. I'm all about everybody getting paid. So I think he should get paid. I think the route that he's taking is something that to me is a little gay. Because
he had this conversation with Nas behind closed doors and says, yo,
who knows?
You know.
They didn't say that in the article.
Come on, dog. It doesn't mean that the article's gonna have all the information.
It's not. I think it would have been stated. He would have been like, I've approached somebody before, and that's it. Like, it's getting out of hand.
Who didn't say with Ratchet TV?
Nah, dude. It's Shade Room.
But there you go.
So he's saying that he didn't get no money from Illmatic from then all the way up to now.
Yeah, none of the remixes.
Is that what he's saying? He didn't get no money, or are you saying that he got?
He's saying he didn't get paid his publishing. So maybe he got paid for the beat, right? Like they were like, "Yo, here's $1,000. Thanks, man." But he was due publishing rights. That's what he's saying.
That's shocking.
I have a question. Is that Nas's fault, or would that be like the label's fault?
The label's fault. You don't really control. First of all,
so why is he suing Nas for?
It's the easiest person to sue because then it trickles down, right? So you sue Nas, and now Nas has to figure out, who owes him his money, yada yada yada. So now Nas spends his money on the lawyers to figure out where the money's at, why he hasn't gotten paid.
It's the same way y'all niggas think that Kanye owes Big Sean money. Same way y'all niggas think.
Yeah, it's not Kanye. It's Kanye's lawyers that he sent.
It's universal.
You had someone's gonna keep going.
We ain't shitting on Sean, bro. Sean ain't out here telling lies, nigga. He ain't a liar.
I ain't saying he's a liar. I'm saying he's, barking up the wrong tree. I like Beat Rock too.
I have no idea who that is.
Who, P-Rock?
P-Rock.
Just think
P-Rock
about
is
it
a fucking...
like Kanye.
You know who P-Rock is? Don't even talk about hip-hop again.
A producer is just suing somebody else. What do you mean? Or like Hit Boy suing, I don't know, Drake for not paying him for a beat from Nothing Was the Same.
Nigga, maybe he didn't get paid.
No, that's what we're saying. So obviously he probably can get some publishing.
Yeah, exactly. So then your question was, yo, should he be suing in this example, Drake? And then people are saying maybe he should be, or maybe what Hanson was saying is he'll target Drake, but that way it can like kind of trickle down to the label and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Drake is the one that get in that situation. Drake will be the one that will get the bad reputation in a sense, or get the bad publicity, but it's not necessarily his fault. You know what I'm saying?
Like, and I was making mad bread now, right? Like outside of music.
Yeah, he is. I'm happy for him, man. He deserves that, man. Hip hop artists who are just legendary all deserve that. To be real with you, not to be like real hip hop backpack shit. To
start the shit that he started, his own venture capitalist firm and shit, like that shit is just something that you didn't expect. Everybody looks at Nas.
Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Jay. Thank you for that.
Honestly, the best businessman, you know, Brooklyn just raises them right. It teaches people how to go after
I don't think I'll ever be handsome, dog. I don't think I'll ever be handsome in a war of words, my nigga. For real.
Why? We're on the same.
I don't know too many people.
Teamwork.
I went the wrong way. You doing Nelson?
Nigga, this nigga called me Nelson and my dog Cheese in the same podcast.
You're handsome. Do me a favor. Blank that out, man. Blank that out. Please.
I will. Yeah.
Nah, he will. For me, please do it for me. I didn't want to do it again.
Frank.
Thank you.
Nah, real talk. I appreciate Jake being on the show. I don't want to do it like that. Put him comfortable.
I was dying to see how these seats look with other people in them. So this shit is pretty cool.
Diggy, you don't want to put your hook on top of the table, bro?
Nah, because if it falls down, my nigga,
I'm talking on top of the table here. You don't want to put it on top of the...
Can I do it?
Yeah.
I'm just...
You guys gotta watch Upload, man.
You guys are so stupid.
Yo, Josh, you want some?
Nah, I'm good for now. Thank you, man. I usually take, but I'm good for now, man.
Nah, I'm Gucci.
I appreciate that.
I gave a call for the new year.
Yeah. You're a good Samaritan.
Right, so, you guys all agree P-Rock should get paid? I hope so. I hope we're on the same page.
Can I just ask you for a favor? Can we make the cover that Antonio Brown picture?
I agree.
Oh yeah.
It was either gonna be that,
right?
Or that was my 2 votes. It was a bottle of hot sauce or fucking AB.
It has to be that AB one.
Yo, that AB picture is
a good one.
Yo, Diggy, was AB. Yeah, Diggy.
E's episode, but for E's episode, we need a picture of his studio. So this will be.
I don't want to double back and do it again, but I am gonna do it. Just curiosity. We're gonna probably close out the show soon. But Diggy, how you feel about AB? How do you feel about that?
At first when I was watching it, I was like, nah, this nigga is wilding. And then when I started to hear shit about it, I thought, nah, this nigga is really, really fucking wilding. But he has a problem.
Yeah, he has CT.
Yeah. Like he definitely has a problem for sure.
He definitely has to have CT. He has to have CT.
His screws are loose, or I don't know, maybe he's.
Nigga, he attacked Tom Brady too. That shit was wild. It was like, damn, nigga, like the one person that like looked out for you, you're gonna attack him. It's like he just looked bad.
We spoke about that. Tom Brady set that up. Tom Brady knew he was gonna go wild out, and he's like, yo, let's be patient with people that have mental issues. Da 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 da. So now when you see it, you're like, yo, Brady was right, man. He must be suffering.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Nah, nigga AB, bro. Nigga, he literally took the Buccaneers out of like the Bucs have no chance of winning now, dog.
Wait. Imagine you're AB and we're all wrong, and he really has like a real reason to be beefing and shit. And everyone's calling him crazy and shit like that because
no. Nah,
angry black man.
Yeah. Nigga, AB does have a reason like to be tight though, nigga. The coach told him to fucking go out and he's hurt. He's like, nigga, I'm hurt, nigga. Like,
no, I get that.
What the fuck I'm gonna do, dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't gonna pay for me next year when I'm on the sideline. Nobody want to pick me up because I got a fucked up ankle.
Yeah, see, it's the way he's handling it is what it looks bad. But like nobody's saying that. No, nobody's saying. But like, yo, I don't think he should play if he feels he's injured. But
simple as this.
He's done.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm actually trying to like get like add to your point, which is like, yo, dog, if he had just sat on the bench and didn't say anything to anybody, even the coach, he's like, I'm not coming in. I'm not going in. I don't care. I'm not going in. And no one knew anything because he's not arguing with nobody. Like nothing's crazy on the bench or anything like that. How does that affect anything? How does that affect his free agency next year? How does that affect anything? You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't really have to like turn up like that.
He wants him right now after that shit, dude.
What?
And if they do, they're gonna take him at a low cost. Like no team is gonna take that chance of adding a parasite to their team because that's what he's viewed at the moment. It's like, nah, he's way too. He's gonna
If you walked away from a team going to the playoffs, Super Bowl bound, possibly with him. I mean, if he's turning away from that, who's going to trust him in any situation?
His problem was that he wasn't getting the ball, right? And he's like, yo, I'm not getting the ball. I'm hurt. And, I'm not getting the ball for my bonus or whatever, whatever the case may be. And it's like, he was like, yo, it's not worth it for me to be out there. You know what I mean? Which is like,
I'm going to have to push back on that, Chetty.
It's not the most like, it's kind of selfish. You know what I mean? Because straight up, like you're out there for the team. You know what I mean? Like if you're either injured or you hurt. If you're injured, you can't play. If you hurt, you can play because everybody plays hurt.
That's fair.
There's nobody in the NFL in week 17 or week 15 is 100%. Nobody.
But look. Check this out. His last game, he had 10 receptions.
Yo, he had 15 targets.
Yeah, 15 targets, 10 receptions. The game before that, he had been injured or whatever, right? Oh no, he wasn't injured. He had the COVID fucking fake vax card and all of that. Exactly. The fake vax card.
That was
crazy. But so his game before that was week 6, and he had 13 targets and 9 catches. Mm-hmm. Before that, he had 8 targets, 7 catches, 11 targets, 7 catches. The game that he left with the Jets was he had 5 targets, 3 catches. Like they weren't not throwing him the ball.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I feel like with that argument of like he's not trying to reach his
right. But that's the difference in this particular game. They're not throwing him the ball. So in his mind, like I said, in the CTE mind, he's like, oh, they're trying to take me away from my money. But like, yo, he needed 8 catches. Yo, dogs, you could get 8 catches in 2 games. Easy. You get it next game.
You know what I mean? In the third quarter.
There's still time.
You don't even have to depend on 8 catches for the next game. You have a couple catches. You have a couple catches this game, and then
didn't Brady light it up though too? Like they ended up winning that game, so you would have got the ball eventually, no?
Of course.
Nigga,
they ended up winning that game.
He was getting featured though that game.
I agree. He had 5 targets.
Why would he lost that game had he stayed in there? I think he brought them together once he did that.
Basically, I agree.
Yo, you're right. You're right.
He had 5 targets, basically, you could say, because he left in the third quarter. So he basically had 5 targets, 3 catches at halftime.
Yo, that picture.
Basically, you could look at it like he's gonna get 10 targets at least that game. It's like,
for sure, nigga, Tom Brady was gonna definitely try to get him his shit.
He did it for Gronk. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, Gronk is a different story, though. I think as well, though. We can't forget that.
That's his homie.
Yeah. Did you guys talk about?
But that's his homie. The same reason. AB went on TV and was like, he basically saying that he needs him. Like Tom Brady needs AB, right? Like he's only my friend because he needs me, right? Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that the relation between Tom Brady and Gronk has to do with the fact that Gronk has been productive for Tom Brady.
Yeah, of course, nigga.
You know what I mean? So it's still like he's still friends with him because he needs him, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? Like. Yeah. So therefore, like, what are you talking about, bro? This is sports. Yo, go out there and do what you gotta do, bro. Yeah, Tom Brady isn't your fucking brother. He's not your brother, man.
No. Edelman. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Danny Amendola was always hurt.
I do like I think that Tony Brown has CTE. I keep telling you guys that first and foremost. But beyond all that though, if he really is expecting football players, people in his profession to care about him as a brother, then he's just fighting a losing battle. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a sport. This is where people, at the end of the day, it's like the army. Like, of course, you guys brotherhood and all of that shit. Like, as long as I know that you got my back. Like there is a stipulation. It's not do you call that again? When you love someone unconditionally. It's not unconditional. There's a condition. You gotta have my back. I gotta know that you're gonna fight for me like I'm gonna fight for you. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not, then yeah, you're not my brother.
Yo, sorry to switch topics. Yeah, I spoke about Drake and the hot sauce shit.
That's how we started. That's how we started the show.
I like that. Good shit. What do you thought about that, Handsome?
I think that bitch is bugging.
Nigga. Yeah, niggas knew about that shit.
We were talking about
hot
that.
sauce on cum.
Yeah, that's the wave. We've been doing
that's the super wave. The question that we were asking is like, yo, why is nobody asking why is she taking semen from a fucking condom and trying to shoot it up with shit?
That's crazy.
Like he should be able to counter sue her. For
Drake, you wouldn't want to have a baby with Drake? Come on, Drake would want to have a baby with Drake.
Nigga. I didn't want to answer that question, my nigga. That's a fucking
I would.
fact, nigga. I want to know who this girl is, by the way, too.
You know how many songs you gonna make, nigga? You know how many songs my son's gonna make?
What? We turn off?
You know how many songs my daughter's gonna make?
That's a fact. That's a fact. Nigga, I read that story. I thought it was fake at first. I was like, nah, this has to be a joke.
When I saw the detailed statement, I thought it was fake as well.
Like, bro, this has to be a joke.
Like all the details.
The only reason I can't, even now, I don't really believe it. The only reason I kind of believe it is because Drake I'll be real with you. I don't want to do this because Jay's here. But Drake be real feminine on Instagram, dog. Like, yo, the captions and all that shit that he does. But anyway, I'm being real with you. He wrote a cap. So we have.
Wait, he spoke about it?
Nah, he said
he threw a subliminal, which is why I feel like it's feminine.
Trying to take the sauce and make my babies.
He said,
"Even that ketchup and mayo."
He said, "You can't." This is why he's feminine. You gonna tell me a female won't write this caption? You can't have your 50 minutes of fame. ... I'll take the other 23 hours and 45 minutes.
Oh, I read that. It was about that.
That's what people say. That's what people are saying. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's not feminine though.
No, it's not that clear.
That's super catty.
You don't think that's feminine?
No, nigga. Niggas being sued, bro. Fuck that. I'll do the same shit.
The caption before that is, there's a point in the fake it till you make it theory where you actually got to make it. ...
All right, well, let's end the show and then we keep talking. We got way too long. I don't want to go back into Drake topics that don't make sense. Ladies and ugly men, thank you for joining us this week. Yo, Dave, thanks for coming through. You should have came in a little. I don't know why it took you so long.
Byron.
Love you guys. Later, Chetty.
Nah, don't get it. We're gonna
just leave the show with us, dog. Toast.
Yeah, what the hell?
Put your hookah stick.
Put your hookah stick up.
I got non-alcoholic beer.
That's feminine. That's feminine, bro.
I don't know. What the hell? Yo, Josh, that's
pregnant.
Spiteful. I gotta bleep that out.
That's pregnant shit right there.
You gonna dry January?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize, man. For real. Shout out to you. For real.
Before this anyway. Where the fuck is Dave? He left.
He's a dummy.
He didn't get the point, man. This guy's crazy.